everybody. I think this is working now. Well, happy Friday. And for some of you, happy long fucking weekend Friday. We have Victoria Day coming up. So we have Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and off of work, which is so good. I know some people are working on Saturday and some are still working on Sunday. But if you end up getting extra days off in a row, oh my goodness, you can be grateful. So, I was inspired with the idea to do a live about relationships. I have no idea what's going to come through. I just first got relationships and then I got intimate relationships. So I know some beautiful messages want to come through. And I decided to pull cards from the Oracle of Unicorns deck. Now, I started shuffling a little bit before we started, and one card automatically fell out. But I will go over this one later, okay? So I'm gonna start with the rest of the deck and see what do we need to help us, assist us with our intimate relationships. So this is whether you are already in a relationship, whether you are searching for your soulmate, or whether you are still healing from a past relationship and maybe have no interest in even bringing in a soulmate at this time. So maybe there's some messages that want to come through to assist you in your healing journey. And I really feel like all of us are going through a beautiful healing journey, especially about relationships. Now, for some of you, it might be, we could use relationships in a very general terms, such as in the workplace, such as family relationships, such as a love relationship, such as a friendship. So, and I think I already said at work, but if I didn't, then yeah, business relationships. And so, life is about relationships. And when we can tune in with our emotions and tune into the thoughts that we're having about different people and situations, and no matter what area of our life, we can catch ourselves on judgments, because judgments are coming from, I could say, a distortion in reality, because the thoughts that you have in essence been programmed, like pre-programmed from the people you're around, from your mom, from your dad, from your brothers or sisters, coaches, things like that, who you've spent a lot of time with. A lot of patterns of the way you might behave, the way you might react, the things that you're drawn to can also come from the interactions that you've had since you were in utero. And then I also believe we can react to things maybe in past lives. Not everyone necessarily believes in past lives, but I've gone through past life regressions before, and it was very cool to see the different lifetimes that I've had and the similar type of trauma or journey to learn really deep lessons on a soul level. And we are all learning our own lessons in different areas of our lives. So we're going to talk about relationships, but I really feel like the messages are going to be more related to intimate relationships. So as I was saying at the beginning, whether you have a soulmate or a beautiful relationship right now and you want to take it to a deeper level, or maybe it's been a bit tumultuous or very tumultuous, and maybe you want to know whether you should keep on moving forward and healing, right? And when I say healing, I hope we all want to heal on some level, to be able to take us to a new level of intimacy within our relationships, of love, compassion, And so for some of us, if you're in a relationship, it might be best for that relationship to end, or maybe it can be healed. But only you will know, right? Only you will know. So the messages that I bring forth, just see what resonates. It needs to feel right to you. If it doesn't feel right to you, then that message is to put you in your power so you can make the choice that feels best for you. Okay? And that's in all areas of your life, when it comes to trusting yourself and your own intuition, that is the most important. And sometimes we need other people to show us the barometer of maybe the opposite to what we want, and that's the confirmation we needed to get that clarity and that strength in who we are. And sometimes it will give us the confirmation of exactly where we are as opposed to the opposite. Okay, so let's see what cards came up in regards to intimate relationships and the healing process we're going through. Okay, one moment. Okay, so the first one is patience. Pause before you take action. Trust that divine timing is at work. Be patient and play whilst you wait. I don't know about you, but this card really resonates for me. I needed to hear it because I have been wanting things that I'm wanting to manifest happen way quicker than they are. Like, come on. Are you kidding me? This is taking forever. Right? And so, but it's all part of divine timing. And when I look back to even a month ago, I didn't have the connection with the core of who I am in the way that I have now. I'm still connecting deeper. I still have learning to do, but it feels like I know myself better than I ever have. And if I were to have moved forward, let's say a month ago or 2 months ago, it would be moving forward to a level that would still need to go deeper. Like I would be manifesting something and then taking that path. Whereas if I wait for divine timing and I have that learning, and then I can go from here to here in achieving my desires, right? So it was, it was all important. So I still need to be patient. And when you're patient, you can trust that things will unfold in a beautiful way to give you a reminder that you are a powerful creator, a really powerful creator. So keep those dreams strong, because if you have the patience, they will be coming to fruition. And when things take longer and you notice yourself getting in your head of, it's probably not going to happen, I'm not good enough, blah, 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 going back into your story, you got to pull those socks up, maybe give yourself a little, okay, smarten up, because you don't have to hate yourself. Maybe you actually shouldn't. Maybe you should give yourself more love instead. But remind yourself that no, you are a creator. That is just bullshit, the old pattern, that you can now flip the switch in your thought patterns to get yourself back on track. So you're not still riding your bike, let's say, through the same groove as you always have been. We're going to keep get used to the new pattern of getting ourselves off of that track onto a new track, let's say with our super cool dirt bike, right? Like instead of going through that same groove we've done again and again, getting the same results, we're going to catch ourselves in our thought patterns. We're going to get ourselves back into our power and trusting us as creators. And then we can get on to the new track for better results. So let's say with intimate relationships. So how does this relate, right, to intimate relationships? So if you're currently in a relationship, there might be some frustration of someone in their same groove, and they keep on in that same groove, or you think they're going out of the groove and they get back in the groove. and you would like them to stay out of the groove a whole lot longer because it's not comfortable when they're in the same groove for you. So let's say that's the case. So this is simply an example. Everyone's on their own journey and they're learning in their own divine timing. So really, you need to make choices best for you, right? Because if you feel like you used to be in that groove, but you are so out of the groove and you've been staying out of the groove consistently for a not long time. So other people who are not staying out of the groove, they are incredibly frustrating. And it's because you've moved beyond that groove. You're on a higher vibrational level. You know, you've gone up several notches in regards to your learning and how you want to experience life. And when other people are not able to stay in the groove longer and longer, maybe the only evidence that you've seen is to continuously go back into the same groove and not make consistent choices to try to get out, right? To work at getting out, and maybe you haven't seen any growth. Or you could also be within your own pattern and only seeing them for how they were before and not seeing the improvements because you're focused on how the perfection isn't there yet because you're exhausted, right? So maybe you need some nurturing and take a break, because then you can have more compassion and maybe your eyes are opening to see how they have made steady improvements. They're still not here, but they haven't gone all the way back to here, right? But again, you need to make a choice, because if that's not good enough for you, if it's going to continue to frustrate you and bring you down into dark and heaviness, then is that a good choice for you, right? So, but only you will know. So that message was supposed to come out in regards to patience. But also, let's say you are in a beautiful relationship right now. And yes, Chewy. He wants my attention. Okay, here, you can come up here. Come on. Okay. I'll give him some hugs. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay, everyone, here's Chewy, and he's needing some love right now. He's very loving. He, maybe a little needy, right? But I think I'm a little needy too, because I like attention. You know, someone who loves me, I like them wanting to connect with me. Because I like giving love back too. I'm like that retriever that just wants to give love. Yeah. But a little bit spun because of the poodle in it, right? Anyways, okay. So I was talking about patience. So if you're in a new relationship and maybe things are going really well, but you want proof in some way that things are going to go the distance. So let's say, so this again, that's just an example, and we'll see if this resonates for some of you. Yeah, so let's say you want to know if you're going to be living with them a year from now or 2 years from now, or if they'll want to get married, or when they might ask you to marry them, or I already said that, or whatever, going deeper into you. Maybe you have expectations or wants or desires of the other person showing their commitment and going deeper and wanting to move forward. Like, let's do this. Let's keep going forward with this. Like maybe a desire to propel things. Could be. Or maybe the thoughts are just there wanting to know because you want to pre-plan. Maybe that perfectionist, you don't want to waste your time making a bad decision. You need to figure things out as soon as possible. So let's go far into this so we can figure this out and we can get to the finish line of no, this is not going to work, or like speed through all the goodness to get to yeah, it's going to work or not. So, okay, so that's a little bit in jest, right? But you could have feelings along that type of vibration. And I think the most important thing is to just simply flow with it. Maybe you want to ask questions. You can ask questions and inquire, because I think it's natural for us to want to know that someone cares and appreciates us as much as we of them, because we don't want to be hurt, right? And some of us, we determine in our head how much a person is committed to us, that like us, based on certain criteria that are very unique to each of us. So maybe it's how often they respond to text messages, or maybe you mark a tick of, well, they didn't respond to that picture for 3 hours. Am I not a priority? So maybe that tick of not being could be a red flag, right? And or hey, they brought a bottle of wine. Maybe that will be a tick for something that, okay, see, they're a good guy. But I think it's natural for our brain to go in those directions sometimes, right? Because we just, being in relationships, let's say this isn't our first rodeo, you've maybe had a really long, significant relationship, or maybe you've had several, and, significant relationships, or just learnings. And so it can be scary putting yourself in there, jumping with those 2 feet in and go, fuck yeah, I'm in for the ride. And I really think I love you, or like that, because that can be scary too, right? Because we don't want to get hurt. But when you open up your heart and you put your 2 feet in, despite the potential of getting hurt, despite them maybe not liking you as much as you like them. And if you put your 2 feet in there with, what is it, zest? I can't think of with like exuberance, get that drive, fuck, I'm in, we'll see what the fuck happens, a lot of confidence and courage and excitement about it. And if we were to have the thought pattern, you know what, I'm just going to observe and flow through these experiences and see how you feel with different interactions. Because you know what, the other person is never going to 100% perfectly match what you love to experience and expect from a partner. Because in order for them to know that, the communication needs to happen. It needs to be ongoing, because each of us are still in our learning journey. And as we have experiences with people and we feel shit, it was like, oh, we like that. Oh, I don't really like that. Oh, that kind of feels shitty. So we notice all these different emotions that are going on with different interactions. We take time to process them. Why am I feeling that way? Is this my shit? Like, is this a pattern that I can let go of? Is this true? Is there evidence that this thought process is actually true? Because it might simply be a pattern of thought. And when we have emotional intelligence and we aim to strengthen that emotional intelligence by noticing the emotions that pop within you and asking yourself, is this true? And maybe even journaling. Journaling, for some, it might sound really silly, like, why would I journal? You don't even need to look at this shit anymore, right? It's just getting a book and getting the vibration of what is going on within you out through your words. And it doesn't have to be eloquent. No one needs to read this. You can even burn it after safely, right? In a pot with the lid. Anyways, So when you journal about what you're feeling, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling frustrated, I'm feeling jealous. Um, then it gives you an opportunity to, first of all, when you have an intense emotion, your amygdala could be hijacked. So you lose IQ points, you're not looking at the situation clearly. And so if you're making decisions from a distorted viewpoint, you're not necessarily going to say the best things or react in the best way because you're not seeing the clarity or the authenticness of the situation. But when you name your emotion, it helps to get your amygdala back on or unhijacked, back on track. I'm burping sparkling water. Um, so it's a really great process, and it doesn't have to take a long time. And as I said, you can like destroy the pages after, but it just helps you to get out what is on the inside, and then that helps you to process it and understand it. And then once you determine if it's actually true, then you can go back and talk to your partner about it. When we can talk to our partner about our emotions, and when they know that there's no right or wrong, it's just shit is coming up, and it might be patterns that are coming up within them, or maybe they need to share something so we can have a better relationship. So let's just be open to what this is. So when I work with couples, I can help you to actually keep a space within the conversation. And what I mean by that is not getting entangled in what the other person is feeling, just allowing them to feel. And that takes practice to not be in your judgment of them and your back getting up, right? We don't want our back to get up, but usually their stuff can set us off. So anyways, when I work with couples, I can help to create that space. And so you can get used to communicating what you're feeling, what's been coming up, and then having that conversation to create clarity. Oh, I didn't mean it that way at all. This is where I was coming from. So you can create the space and not get entangled. Energy doesn't get heavy, and you don't start yelling at each other and blasting energy at each other. Then it's like giving each other a finger and going in your own corners. When we can avoid that and communicate, just like, this is what I'm feeling. Oh, no way, this is what I meant. Okay, well, cool. I understand you better, and I feel so much better, right? Would it be great? That's the ideal for it to get to that type of place, is just to be able to talk it out. And so, yeah, patience in your relationships, patience with the people that you love, and patience with yourself. Because we are all learning at our own level, and at this time right now, shit has been bubbling to the surface. And what I mean by that are emotions, discomfort has been coming up for us to see it, to help us to stand in our power, and to help us to speak our truth to ourselves and to others, and to enhance communication within relationships. Okay, so the next card is courage. So you are safe. Fear is an illusion. Set strong boundaries. You know what I get from this message about intimate relationships? It's having the courage to be authentically you and speaking your truth and what you need. If sex is not great and you are not being satisfied, you need to have that conversation with them. And I know we can feel bad about making someone feel uncomfortable, let's say. But sex is a two-way street, right? You need to have that intimate connection. It is rarely going to be one person's fault in the relationship. It's the connection between the two. We need to open up, first of all, those sacral chakras so you can connect on a sexual level. But we need to also open up the connection between the heart. within relationships, especially when children come along, right? When children come along, there's disruption within the household, and instead of the husband and wife or partners, whatever gender, instead of them just focusing on each other and fueling each other, energy is going to the kids. So then she or he can get depleted, she or he can get depleted because they're not being fueled. And so it can be really tough to create that balance between the intimacy and being a parent. And it, like, oh my goodness, when kids come along, it's so important to be selfish and take date nights. Like, really. And it's not being selfish, but we can think of it in that way. I need to be with my baby. They're going to be upset. They're going to cry. But you need to put time and energy into that relationship. Do something fun together. Hey, you can come for a session with me. I can either lead you through yoga or a combination of couples yoga and channeling messages to help you to have better communication and intimacy together. Or maybe you're going to go out for dinner or dancing or go on a retreat for a weekend or just overnight at a hotel, But regularly take that time. But have the courage. Have the courage to speak your truth on what you need in whatever area. And then be curious as to what they need. Because remember, again, it's never just a one-way street. Like, we need, well, I say that saying, and sometimes there are just one-way streets. But like in reality when you're driving. But in relationships, it's always the connection between the two. But have the courage to start the communication, to speak your truth, and to be curious about what they are feeling as well. Okay, past lives. Interesting, this came up. I was talking about this before. So release your past life karma. You are an old soul with deep wisdom. Heal your past lives will raise your vibration. So you know what? If you've never gone on a past life regression, you don't necessarily know what your past lives are, it doesn't matter. You are healing your past lives by noticing your patterns in this lifetime. That's all you need to do. Notice the shit that comes up with you. Maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's fear. I don't have enough time. This is really stressful. This is right. Whether it's in work, whether it's in relationships. Just notice the emotions that are coming up. Notice the thought patterns that you're having. Oh, wait, someone's saying something. Hello, Emily. Hey. Oh, sending you love back. Chewy really wants attention. Yeah, so just notice what comes up for you. Be conscious of it. And again, maybe journal about it. You can even do a ceremony of working with fire, having a campfire, or, as I said before, burning in a pot to set the intention to release those old patterns. It would be really good timing for that. We're in a new moon. I think it's in Taurus. Okay, discernment. All is not what it seems. Stay true to your knowing. Keep your dreams a secret. Okay, let's see what comes through for this one. See, for me, the first thing that came up was career. That was actually the first thing. I know today's video was supposed to be about intimate relationships. So we'll see. Choo-choo. He's gone out twice before I started this video. You don't need to go out. The first thing that came up was career, because the message that's coming through is certain things are being said, but it could potentially be a facade. And so just keep moving forward in the way that you are inspired, stand in your power, and just make decisions that are for your highest and greatest alignment. And in the workplace, there might be certain people where you should be telling them minimal information. He is confirming. What's your saying? Ha ha ha. He is confirming. Hope you're well, Sunny. Who is confirming? Oh, Chewy. Yeah. Yeah, he is. You're right. You're totally right. Okay, good boy. Now you can sit. Thank you. Yeah, so yeah, just I feel like that is the workplace, and that message wanted to come up. There might be some people out there that end up watching this video where you've been questioning something within your relationship and you don't know if they're being fully honest with you. You've just been getting kind of like the or heebie-jeebies about certain things. And so if that is true for you, because this is not going to be true for everyone, like this is, there might be one person that needs to hear this, okay? So if you've been thinking that, you don't know if you could totally trust them, you think something feels really fishy in the relationship, you need to trust yourself. Okay. Oh, you dropped your pocket. Hey, I'm okay. I've been going through, oh, Yogini. So good to see you. Or connect with your energy. Yeah, I've been good. I've been going through my own roller coaster of shit. Yeah, oh my goodness. The end of last week and beginning of this week was so hard. By Wednesday, it got better. The energy got lighter. But yeah, it's been like this. But overall, I feel like I've had a lot of growth, which is cool. I know myself better now. And I hope, I'd like to know how you're doing. Let me know how things are for you. Okay, so that was discernment. There was one, wait, no, I think there's another card somewhere. Oh yeah, okay, there's the other one that's upside down. That was the very first one. Okay, healer. You have powerful healing gifts. Have faith in your abilities. Stay true to your path as a healer. So those of you that resonate as being a healer, keep moving forward. No matter how slow the path may seem right now. So they're giving me a picture of, I saw this, I don't know if it was an Instagram post or a TikTok post, this big turtle, and something was riding on top of the turtle. And it was going, it was steady, but it was slow. So if things had been feeling slow in your pursuit of your healing activities, I think this needed to come up because, I don't know, as a healer, being able to heal someone, being able to give them, plant new seeds of insight that can help them to be happier, help them to move to a new level of satisfaction, or to, gain worthy of themselves, whatever it is. It's a very intimate connection that you have with someone that is so rewarding. So we're talking about intimate relationships right now, and I see the relationship between a conduit for healing and the person going through the healing is a really special, awesome connection and honor, right? So I don't know if it's just yes and with improv, how does this fit in together? But anyways, no matter what, that card needed to come up. I needed to hear that at least, for sure. Okay, action. Now is the perfect time to act. Take inspired action towards your dreams. Move forward with confidence. So this is the card that came out before I set the intention and was saying, provide messages on the topic of intimate relationships. So this came out before, and so I feel like this is a more rounded message. It could do with any type of relationships, not just intimate. So if you get the inspiration of an idea, you need to take action and do it. Just like I was inspired, I'm like, yeah, I need to do a video tonight. We're gonna channel, and then what the topic was came through too. So yeah, you just gotta take action, go for it, and watch how things are going to unfold. Because of the deep healing that we're currently doing, we are getting to a stronger magnetic pull of our desires than we've ever been in before. So the more we focus on really what we want, the more magnetic we are, and the more we're driving it in or drawing it in. So it's important for us to mind our thoughts and focus on those desires. So if you would like to have a one-on-one, so you can stay more and more often in alignment with your desires, so you can keep that focus driving towards magnetizing what you want, I would love to do a session with you. Or maybe you want a session about sex and relationships for you and a partner. I'm here to help. I've gone through a sexual trauma myself, and I went through an incredible healing process, and so I would love to help others to go through that healing too. It would be an honor. Okay, so what does that say? Funny people have always told me I am a healer. Wish I could heal myself. I'm okay, Yogini, trying to get my exit from a toxic situation. It's so hard. Oh, wow. Okay. Is a toxic situation a job or a different type of relationship? And yeah, like with you being a healer, healing yourself, noticing your own stuff, it's way harder than working with someone else, because your own judgments can come up. You can look at your intuition from a distorted viewpoint, if you're not in a good space. If you're in your depth of emotion, a more negative emotion, you can be looking at things incorrectly or just distorted. So yeah, it is harder with yourself, but we can still do it, little piece by piece. Doesn't mean we shouldn't. Just because it's a little harder, it just means we need to be patient with ourselves, right? And then also use the resources. Like, I find it very helpful to talk to friends, Okay, it's a relationship. Okay, tell me why it's so hard to get out of. Why is it so hard? What's stopping you? I'd like to know. Exiting my relationship, it was really hard to make that choice. I was with my ex for 29 years, married 23, and that's a long time to be with someone. And we had kids and dogs, and I didn't have a full-time job, not enough to be able to live on my own. It was really tough. I had no idea how it was going to work. And then when I did call off the marriage and said, okay, yeah, I want to separate, and then my kids hated me. And that was so hard. That was the hardest part, is my kids being so angry. And then there was a lot more hard to go through too, right? Because then it was like, where am I going to live? How am I going to make this work? I need a job. Why can't I get a full-time awesome job? Right? Like, it was a lot to go through, the hardest experience I've ever done. He won't leave. I guess I could involve the police, but I really don't want to have to do that. Oh man. I hope your kids are okay. Yeah, they love me now again. They just needed their time. They needed to be angry and then grieve. But yeah. Yeah, that sounds like it would be a really tough situation. And because I don't know if this is your house, which is why he needs to leave, or it's your apartment and the lease isn't up or things like that. But yeah, if it's your space that you own, then you would need him to leave. But then yeah, you probably need a restraining order and everything. I guess you got to decide whether is that the choice? Is that the only choice? You know, you can put it out to the universe and see what ideas, how you're guided to move forward. Because maybe there's another idea that you haven't thought of yet. Emily says, how are you doing with that experience, Yogini? Okay, yeah, good question. So I have a place of my own. I have an almost full-time job. It's still part-time, but my hours are almost full-time, and then I'm still teaching yoga and stuff. I'm paid pretty crappy. and I'm just doing it temporarily right now because I'm like, I haven't found, like, I'd really, what I want to do is just grow my business. That's what I want to do. I'm being a consultant for different companies to work with their sales teams to get them to a new level of sales through what I do, and then do one-on-ones and healing and stuff like that. So that's what I want to do. So I'm just where I'm at temporarily. It will be kind of my base, you know? Yeah, it's my house. I'm sorry to hijack your stream. No, you're not. You're okay. We can talk about this. Yeah. No, you're not hijacking. Yeah, when it's your house, yeah, you're not gonna leave. He needs to leave. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see the way the universe directs you. Maybe we can pull a card and see if any messages want to come through. That's big. Oh, okay. Are you saying with what, with my path, or about the house thing? Yeah, it's been scary because needing to pay all the bills and lawyer fees and stuff still with separation, that's still not done. It can be scary, but the universe keeps providing. You know, like, it keeps providing me with resources as I need them. So I just need to keep on trusting, right? So in essence, things have been going really well. Where the things have been tough is when it's in my head, you know, about how it's scary or tough or whatever. But you made it on your own. That's big. Oh, thanks, Emily. Yeah. Yeah, I'm in my own place, which is so cool. I have my own yoga studio in my basement. Like, how awesome is that? So I feel really blessed and that it's working out okay, you know? Yeah. So it's been a good process to help me to stand in my power and remember my self-worth. So I've had some pretty big lessons, and I cried a lot which is good, right? It's cleansing, it's healing. That's amazing. You are inspiring. Awesome. I hope I am. I'm so not perfect, but I love how I can channel messages and share my story, my journey to help other people. The way I go about things is not always going to be the best choice for other people, right? We need to go about things in the way that works for us, but sometimes someone can inspire, at least change, to do something in the way that works for you. Because if you keep doing the same thing again and again and get the same results, then life is not going to change for you. But if you're not happy in a certain area of your life, you need to create some change, right? Okay, so what does that say? Drop your pocket. Jackie, I'm going to be in touch for a one-on-one. Really miss you. Oh, nice. I have to go now, my love. You take care. Okay, you take care too. I'm looking forward to another one-on-one. Yeah, that would be awesome. Okay, well, I feel like that is it, except I will end this with pulling an affirmation. Okay, so what do we need? Yeah, so if anyone else is interested in a one-on-one, it would be an honor. Um, it can be an energy healing session with channeled messages and healing energy. It could be a one-on-one yoga while we're opening up specific chakras for you, working through um, releasing some density, transforming it. Okay, 3 affirmations came out. You can see which ones relate to you, maybe all of them, and you can say them after me. I will conquer the fucking world. I will conquer the fucking world. When I think about when shit is hard, whether it's at work or with the relationships or whatever, it can sometimes feel like, and when you feel like maybe other people are judging you, that person's judging you, and sometimes you can feel alone. And sometimes you can feel like everyone is against you. Everyone thinks you're a fucking weirdo. Maybe this is just me. But yeah, sometimes you can feel that. And so this, for me, is like, I can conquer the fucking world. I don't have to take on other people's shit. Instead, I can be in compassion and understanding to the best of my ability that different people are in their own space and looking at things in their own unique way, and that's okay. But you don't have to take it on or take their emotions on as being your problem whatsoever. Okay, I am fucking worthy of my desires. I am fucking worthy of my desires. That's a good one. I hope you said that. And I am a fucking kick-ass manifester. I am a kick-ass manifester. So we're gonna create a great fucking life, and we need to celebrate the little things, because life is made up of the little things. Okay, so be in gratitude for things in your everyday life every single day, and the universe will keep bringing you more to be in gratitude for. And really, isn't that an awesome life? Is just every day being in gratitude for this and this and this, and then more things come into our life that we can be in more gratitude for. How about we just aim for that? And then allow the universe to fill in the blanks as to what comes to be even more gratitude. We can have our idea, but allow it to unfold. And that can take the pressure off you. You know the creator, but you don't have to like make it happen, right? But you can take action when you're inspired, and that is putting energy towards it. Okay, let's see what this says. When I am able to, we'll do a one-on-one as well. I'm really excited to connect again, and to be honest, thank you so much. I needed this. Oh, amazing. Yay, it's so wonderful to connect with you. And it would be wonderful to do a one-on-one with you. It would be an absolute honor. When it feels like divine timing, you will know. So I would love that. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. From and Chewy, from my late to yours. Namaste. I'm like so afraid he's gonna like knock my hands up and I smack myself in the head. Oh my goodness. He needs some love. Okay, everybody, have a great night. Bye.